Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Thursday. Guess what? Tomorrow's Friday again. We were just talking about that on Monday. How quick Friday comes around, and it's going to be here in less than 24 hours. Have you guys noticed the big increase in the Schumann? I know a lot of you are sensitive to the Schumann spikes whenever it is elevated, and now is one of those times. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the unbelievable shockwave that was just launched off right there off the backside of the sun. I know we talked about this yesterday, but I wanted to revisit it again today because just maybe the Earth is feeling it. Aaron, Rick, Laughing Taffy, what's up, guys? Glad to have you guys here today. Again, I know you guys were here yesterday. You guys sensitive to the Schumann? I know a lot of you guys are. Probably the vast majority, hey everybody, the vast majority of everybody in this chat room knows when the Schumann is up. You don't need a graph to understand, when your ears are ringing a little bit, you may be a little moody, you may be a little uneasy, not sleeping as good, maybe sleeping too much. I know some people, believe it or not, are more hungry when the Schumann is elevated, and some people have a smaller appetite. Go figure. Make that make sense. But you're looking at the Schumann resonance right now, and you can see for the last, actually, 12 and a half hours, we've seen spikes and we've seen a steady elevation in the Schumann, and it's continuing literally right now as I do this video. Could have something to do with the gigantic solar flare, not solar flare, CME right there that came off the backside of the sun, moving at a staggering 5.5 million miles an hour. Check this out, guys. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been chasing CMEs as far back as I can remember. And check this out. You're looking at the Parker Solar Spiral. What this does, it tracks CMEs. Okay? I want to show you something. We're going to go back to the 21st. Watch close. You're going to see the 22nd. Okay, this is yesterday when on this animated graph, but it automatically updates. It should have detected the huge, it was at least a half halo, maybe 3/4 of a halo. I mean, this thing was titanic. Look at the size of this thing. There it is on the C3, but that is humongous, right? Okay, should have been an easy target for the Parker Spiral. Watch, this is exactly when it erupted yesterday. It was moving so fast that it didn't even show up over here on the Parker Spiral. I was flabbergasted. I've never seen that happen. Never. It picks up the smallest CMEs, always. Not just some of the time, every time. Missed the big one yesterday. It was moving so fast. And again, I think I mentioned it yesterday, it was moving at almost just under Carrington event speed. There was an event that occurred back in 1859 called the Carrington event. And it was one of the largest solar flares ever recorded. And it was moving, it left the surface of the sun, arrived here at the Earth in less than 16 hours. Yesterday's CME right there, if it were Earth directed, it would have arrived at Earth in just over 16 hours. In fact, 16 hours and 9 minutes to be exact. It was a doozy. So I'm just wondering if it's got everything all stirred up. I think it does. If we look at the ionosphere D region, that's where a lot of the energy is absorbed. I know yesterday for a little while it was showing some signs of absorption. That's what it's supposed to do. It's since off the graph right now, so not much going on there. But however, the Schumann is elevated, and a lot of you guys, especially in the chat room, I know you guys are fully aware of this. And guys, if you don't mind, I know it's easy to forget, I do it too, please hit that like button. It pushes the live stream out there farther. Okay, here we go. What's going on, guys? Crystal, Rick, Tiny Man, good to see you guys all here. In case you missed Comet Lemon, this is a photo of Comet Lemon by Chris K out of Montana on its close approach. That's what it looked like from Montana. Obviously, with a high-powered instrument, he was able to get very close to the close approach, the perihelion, and here it is again, Comet Lemon from Willows, California. This was taken with a digital camera, but it was highly visible. You can tell they were in a very dark part of California. No light pollution like we were dealing with, at least in our location out here in Arizona. So we didn't get a chance to see it. I tried, just way too much light pollution in our area. One other thing I wanted to touch on real quick. I talked about the Parker Spiral. Okay, also in this video, I have got a small slideshow that I put together of strange sky observations. If you guys have things that you'd like to share, by all means, if it's photos or videos, you can send those to me. I'll analyze them. I'll share them on the website. I'll share them in a video. Just depends. Here we go. If you have something you'd like to send in, you can send it to reports@mrmbb333.com. I personally check the email every day, usually in the morning and afternoon, twice a day. Also, I check the Dropbox twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. This right here over at mrmbb333.com, this tab right here that says have a large video. It's a simple Dropbox. You can drag and drop photos and videos in there all day long. And again, I check that myself every morning and once in the afternoon. So send your pictures and send your videos. Speaking of videos, here we go. Strange sky observations. These are just some random videos that I get. I get videos every day from people all around the world. This one here has a little bit of narration. These folks are out of upstate New York. Video sent in by Alec. Here we go. Check this out. They noticed this in the nighttime sky. And guys, they were very adamant that this was not an airplane. Here we go.
It's making noise.
Isn't that crazy?
Very, very.
It's making very little noise, right?
Very little noise.
How far away is this object?
Really slow.
Why is it so slow though?
We just thought this was a UFO because it stopped in the sky. I mean, it fucking looks really weird, right?
What plane is it?
That's not a fucking...
Okay. They were very adamant that that was not a plane, okay? In fact, they said it stopped in the sky. That was in New York. Here's a photo from California of something that looks like the same thing. Because if you look close at this object here, the wing formation is in a V. Traditional airplanes, or at least every airplane I've seen, the wings come straight out from the center. They come out like this, not at an angle like that, unless it's some sort of a maybe a stealth plane, and maybe that's what this is. I don't know. It's a little difficult to tell because it's dark, but here's a photo that resembles the same thing out of El Monte, California, sent in by Kristen. Look at this. She too noticed something like this, but in the daytime sky, not the nighttime sky, and noticed the V pattern. So maybe this is what was seen in New York. It was also spotted in California. Here's another photo. This is the original. I zoomed in on the other one. This actually, she sent me two. I'll zoom in on this one, and there you go. What is that thing? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's a stealth or not. Either way, it's weird. It was worth talking about. El Monte, California, and New York seeing mysterious crafts. Here they are side by side in the day and nighttime sky. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Very mysterious, whatever they were. They weren't traditional airplanes. Strange activity number 2 coming out of Nampa, Idaho. Sent in by Ray. His son saw this up in Nampa, Idaho. And he said it wasn't a drone. And there was an unusual sound in the background. This was just another one of these mysterious moments that are just simply unexplained. I get videos and photos that are unexplainable. Sometimes we can come up with a logical explanation, and then sometimes you just simply can't. Here we go. Ray's son up in Idaho saw this in the nighttime sky. He was very intrigued by what he saw. This had a very, very bright flashing light on it.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Appeared to be rotating,
Not picking it up.
pulsating. He said his phone started to malfunction once he started recording this thing. Or he said his phone was behaving strangely. And like most of the videos that we get, there are people recording with their smartphones. We can record on the fly now. Everybody's carrying around a high definition recording device. But here it is again. Look at how bright that light is. What did he see up in Idaho? It was him and another witness standing there
It's green. What green?
looking at this thing, whatever it was. Email's working. I just got an email right there. Keep them coming. There you go. Nampa, Idaho. Thank you, Ray. And thank you, Ray's sons. This is video number 3 of Strange Activity going from Idaho to Illinois. Carroll Stream, Idaho. Ron Koza. October 13th. There's another email. Keep them coming, guys. I love it. What is this thing? 4:40 in the morning. Looked off in the distance and saw that in the nighttime sky, or actually early morning sky. 4:40 in the morning. Now watch what it does. Takes off over to the right, from his point of view to the right. And then it's going to go straight down. Watch what it does. How about that? Okay, right on. Here's something seen free falling from the sky, okay? Janet out of Missouri. Now this is really weird. She was looking at the moon. There was actually a full moon off to the left. Now you can see part of it over here in the original vertical videos over on the right. I zoomed in on the left. What in the world fell from the sky in the general vicinity of the moon? And there was also a halo over here. Check this out. Watch. What is this? This looks like what me, my wife, and my son saw. It looks very similar, but it was stationary if the moon were a clock, the night that we saw something very similar to this near the moon, it would have been at the 2 o'clock position. And it was just sitting there. It was this. It wasn't moving, whatever this may be. Wasn't a cloud either. This is moving. It's dropping through the sky. That's why she took the video. She was looking at this thing. Totally captivating, and it's highly mysterious. We did. This video also sent in by Ray out of California, Dunlap, California. Whatever this was, it triggered his outdoor security camera, the motion sensor on his security camera. Check this out from October 17th, 2025. Here we go. This is the original unzoomed. This is an object going very, very fast, way off in the distance, that appears to be either creating some sort of a tail, or it just maybe looks like it does. I don't know, but I'm going to zoom in close. Check this out. Again, this is kind of like a head scratcher. What is going on? That does not look like a typical airplane, not even close. And honestly, it doesn't look like a big meteorite moving through the atmosphere. Here's another one, creating what looks like a tail. Maybe it's just an optical illusion. South Carolina, Kimberly W. looked up and saw that moving through the sky. And it disappeared almost as quickly as it appeared. Check it out. Kind of cruising through the sky, creating a tail. Again, I'll leave it up to you guys. Guys, this is what's going on above your heads, okay? And it's happening pretty much on a daily, nightly basis. Somewhere in the world, and if you're just halfway alert and have your phone at the ready, you'll probably catch something if you're just paying attention, if you're halfway alert. Once again, another strange object in the nighttime sky, Yuma, Arizona, right out here in Arizona, Joseph Martinez. There's another one. And it too, temporarily, and it could have been just the camera recording bit rate, that made it look like it had a tail. We're going to zoom in, and here we go. Email's working. Keep them coming. I love it. How about that? What's going on here, right? Yuma, Arizona. And the moon again, and an object in the vicinity of the moon. Planes flying in tandem. Okay, this isn't necessarily anything nefarious or unusual or unidentifiable, but it's just an observation that this young lady here, Mariah Alexander, just a couple of days ago, she noticed several tandem airplanes flying in the daytime sky above her location in Phoenix, Oregon. Not Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix, Oregon. Do any of you guys know what this means, if anything at all? She found it unusual. She sees planes fly over her location, all the time, like a lot of us do, right? Seeing airplanes in the sky isn't necessarily anything new. But flying together in tandem like that, what does that mean, if anything, over here in the chat room? If you want to know what the answer is to something, ask the chat. What's up, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Pam Williams? What's going on, guys? Oh, what's going on, moderator? Is somebody having... And I noticed the connection says excellent, but I noticed it was spinning there just for a couple of seconds. I don't know why. But our connection's good. We've got the Schumann up. Maybe it's the Schumann. Borka R, chemtrails, vapor trail. I don't know, guys. Training, O'Donna Creations. That makes sense. Some sort of training. But she noticed an unusual amount of tandem airplanes flying over and over her location. I don't know. I think I've maybe seen it once, but I've never really looked. It's always Friday, right, Steve? I'm telling you, Steve, it's always Friday. Tomorrow is Friday again. I'm telling you. Well, listen, guys. This is going to be, like it says in the description box, a fast live stream because I'm trying to keep them fast because a lot of people watch these live streams later on and I try to keep them as concise and to the point as I can. So in this video, we talked about, I showed you the comet, some unusual things in the sky, day and nighttime sky. The Schumann resonance is rocking. I got one more thing if you're interested. Would you like to see something that was recorded from an airplane cockpit? Check this out. Brett Strahan. Here we go. Let me turn down the volume. Watch what approached this airplane here, right out the window. One more time. They were not expecting that. Here we go again. I'm going to put it in slow motion, zoom in, and try to clean it up just a little bit. Here we go. Instant replay, slow, zoom. Something, and I cleaned it up so it's not near as pixelated. Okay, there's the wing of the airplane. Something came up to the airplane. Keep them coming. I love it. There you go. Keep the emails coming. That's what that is. That chime is an email. Send your pictures. I dare you. Make my computer chime. If you send an email now, the computer will chime. I guarantee it. Okay, there you go. That was spotted out the cockpit of an airplane. Are you serious right now? Something flew up. The airplane's flying at about 150, maybe 200 miles an hour. This came up to it, traveled with it, and then departed. Are you serious right now? Yeah, totally serious. This happened. There you go. I put it in slow motion. I mean, seriously, what is that thing? It's not a bird. A bird does not have that kind of horsepower. Wow. And it just sat there for a couple of seconds. You can't make this stuff up. You don't have to. Your skies are definitely loaded with activity. They are daily, nightly. Somewhere in the world, people are seeing highly unusual things. Thanks, guys, for the videos and photos. Really do appreciate it. And today's feature photo sent in by Helene out of West Coast, Norway, of some spectacular auroras from about a week ago when we saw G2 geomagnetic storm. Once again, guys, if you have any photos you'd like to share, reports at MrMBB333.com. I've gotten 3 since I've been on this email. I've heard the email chime, or you can use the Dropbox. It's really simple. Drag and drop your videos into the Dropbox. But if you do use that, just put your name, date, and location somewhere in the top of the photo or video. Gracias, thank you very much. And I want to thank all of you guys for spending part of your Thursday with me. We'll do it again on Friday. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.